Independence Park Limited. As we're getting ready for the first of two semifinals on the cards, the second seed, the Waves, with a 5-1 record, going against the 2-4 Storm. Now the teams have met twice so far this season, and the Waves have actually won both games, winning the first game at 94-74 and the second at 91-87. So we see the Storm in black. That's looking on, though. B. Dot, as he's called, leading the troops. Mr. Brown, the coach, between the players. This is who gets the start this afternoon. Jones is there, the number 0 jersey. Then look on the other end of the scale. You see Berhanen alongside Walker. He wears the number 7 jersey. Dixie Green, number 3, Arcadi, 32. And Wilson in the number 6 jersey. Wilson was very impressive in the last outing. A lot of rebounds gathered. At least about 18 rebounds gathered from LaShane Wilson. Has been very impressive so far in this matchup. The Waves come into this game with a psychological advantage, you may say, having 2 wins under their belts. Coach Ron Robinson looked confident when I saw him earlier on. But guess what? No matter what happened in the past, it's about what's going to happen now. Dominique gets a start. He's the number 2 jersey for the Storm. Also, there's Johnson in number 3 jersey. A tip-off, Dominique. And the big man, the 7-footer Walker, will start off the proceedings. Referee in the middle is Michael Johnson. He's the lead referee. Also there is Kevin Herbert. And my good friend, Mr. Simpson. We'll tell his first name in a very short while. Berhanen for the Waves, start of the proceedings. On the control, Sean Grant in the house. Have to big up M1 Production. Wilson with a jumper. Rebounded in the hands of B. Armstrong. Carries the ball up court. Armstrong. The pick was set by Dominique, who gets the ball, but he was in the air. And a turnover, this from the Storm. Poor decision that from Dominique, committed by going up in the air, had no one to pass the ball to. Dixie Green going by Jones. Jones coming back, though, and a foul by Jones on Dixie Green. The decision will be made. Was he shooting 2, though, or would he go to the side? I think he will go to the side, though. Yes, indeed. I don't think he was shooting at all. As you see, referee Michael Johnson with the ball in his hand. Walker, the big 7-footer, has a soft touch. Oh, taken away, brilliantly done by Royal, who gets the start. Armstrong for 3, and he sinks it. Sweet and a dandy from Armstrong. Berhanen looked a little bit lethargic in the last game. The team played. Swings it outside for Cardiff for 3. Could not answer. The rebound by Armstrong. Swings it down court to Johnson, who lays it in off the glass. Good movement there by Johnson. Running the floor. Accepting that pass from Armstrong. Berhanen swings it over, top to Wilson. Out of its range, you may say, though. LaShane Wilson passes it off to Walker, and a foul, a chance for a 3-point play. Royal being very aggressive, and Walker just laying it in. A very smart center is Walker. I saw him during the shootout. Never missed from the free throw line and continues on that lane. 2-point deficit for the Waves in the first quarter. Armstrong going to the baseline, dishing out. Still, pull-up jumper from Jones, rebounded by Walker. Berhanen Oh, sweetly goes by Johnson. Pull up from Berhanen. Sweet from Berhanen. Johnson wants to answer. Goes by two, swing, dishes it out to Jones. Then to Dominique. Can't answer Dominique. Rebounded by Walker. Berhanen looking for Dixon Green between the two. He's fouled. And he gets it. Been very aggressive, Dixon Green. Picked up from where he left off in that final preliminary game. A chance for a three-point play. Many may say the best backcourt in the league with Berhanen and Dixon Green. A reminder, though, that when both teams met, Waves won both those games. The first game, 94-74, 20-point win. However, in the second match, as Dominique puts a ball, trying to spin, Walker puts him up in the air. This is outside for Royal for three. It's short, and a tip right to Armstrong with a jumper, and he makes it. Leveling proceedings. Armstrong 5 points on the board. Start off in the first quarter. Berhanen attacking the rim. Can't get the roll. The rebound by Berhanen. A putback, but he's fouled. And he'll shoot two. As I said before, 20-point win for the Waves in that first game. However, the deficit was cut by 4. They won by 4 in the second matchup. So the Storm, a better performance in that second game. And if you work out the math, many may think that maybe the Storm will win this matchup. If it continues on that same line, and Berhanen scores a second. Jones. Dishes off. Armstrong. Akadi. Strong pick from Dominique. Jumper from Armstrong. Oh, that's a wild shot from Armstrong. Dixon Green. Been marshaled somewhat by Armstrong. Lob inside to Walker. Dishes out to Wilson. Bounce pass inside to Walker. Swings are playing to Akadi. Lays it off. The man who can fly can't finish. Going from coast to coast is Royal, who answers for the Storm. Put them to 9-8 lead in that first quarter. Oh, brilliant pass that was from the big man, and a soft touch. This from Wilson. Very good basketball being displayed by Walker. A thinking center. Almost a steal, though, by Akadi, but Armstrong pull up three, it's short. Will be Waves ball. Dixon Green. Thought about cutting inside. Lays it off to Berhanen. Double team from Berhanen. Still a pull-up jumper. I thought it was a jumper, but no, the big man was there and does not get the roll. And can't finish. Tossing for the ball. Wilson over the head of Armstrong. It will go the other way. But not one, not two, but at least 3 chances for Walker, who could not finish. Wilson got one and still could not lay it in. That was poor on the offensive end of the Waves. Armstrong. Bounce pass inside to Dominique. Puts the ball on the floor, backing in. And a hook, and he gets it. Over Walker, the 7-footer. Bounce pass, no look for Berhanen. Dixon Green goes inside, but he's fouled. And they drove inside, and he'll shoot 2. First quarter action, you see Brown in your screen. O'Neill Brown, the coach of the Storm, the lower end of your screen on the left-hand side in the black shirt. He came over to me and said that, hey, look out for us. As Dixie Green makes the first. We are looking out for them. We are looking out for every single team in the semi-final round. Oh, the rebound by Royal. Dixie Green, as it left his hand, he knew it was short. Johnson. Oh, it's almost a turnover, but Dominique recovers. But oh, poor it was from Jefferson Bay. Is now on the floor for the Storm. Akade. Dixie Green. The pick being set by Walker. Dixie Green, a jumper. Could not make it, but Walker flying over Dominique. Doesn't get the rebound, but it goes nevertheless right back to the Wales. Berhanen back to Dixie Green outside the arc. Then to Wilson, thinking of a three, and hits the rim, but Jefferson Bay is there with the rebound. Armstrong, B-Dot they call him, put up jumper, and he gets it. Gets the bounce, 2 more points to Armstrong. Looks very confident though. Has been a crowd pleaser for the entire competition. Just 2 wins under their belts. Wilson can't finish. In the meantime, looking down the court, Jefferson Bay lays it in. First 2 points of the game, Jefferson Bay coming off the bench in this first quarter. Elite One Caribbean Basketball League winter season. Berhanen, little fake. Oh, fadeaway jumper, can't make it. Rebounded by Dominique. Armstrong, a bullet pass, but can't be handled by Jefferson Bay. It kept low, but it should have easily been taken by Jefferson Bay. He would have been all alone under the rim, but a turnover from the Storm. Timeout being called. And the assistant coach alongside Brown. Well, Brown is just outside though. Assistant coach just giving instructions to the players. Pretty confident duo for the Storm. We have won only 2 matches in the regular season against one team. A team that have not won a match all season, the Rivers. Dominique in the number 2 jersey, B.5, Johnson 3. Just looking on. Brian, who has started for majority of the regular season in the number 10 jersey, has not showed so far yet on the court. He's a big man that can play inside well. So a confident bunch though, the Storm, with the first quarter lead with 5 minutes left and a change on the clock. I just saw Jefferson Bay in your picture. Berhanen brings up the ball up court, swings the play to Wilson, bounce pass to Walker, back to Wilson. Swings it outside, this to Berhanen, a fake. Jefferson Green, up and under, and he makes it. Dixie Green, pardon me. Good move from Dixie Green to lay it in, using the glass. Johnson. Bounce pass inside, brilliant to Royal. Use the left hand, but it went into the hands of Walker, but his foot was on the line. So it will be Storm's ball. They have a 2-point lead in this first quarter. Armstrong for 2, and Armstrong 2 more. The Storm extending their lead. Armstrong 9 points so far in this matchup. Berhanen, Akade, Dixie Green, going over Jefferson Bay, can't make it. Ball now in the hands of Armstrong, finding Johnson, who lays it in. The speed utilized by Johnson, getting the better of Wilson. Put up 3 for Berhanen. In and out, he gets the roll. And the bounce. Quick answer. Jefferson Bay puts the ball on the floor. Armstrong. Bounce pass inside, looking for Dominique. But there were players all on the floor. And then you see the referee. We called him Paolo. In that first match we saw him. He came over to us and said it's Palos. So on this easier side, let us call him Simpson. But he said his name's pronounced Palos. But that's okay. A 3-point lead for the Storm is their ball over the Waves. Remember, though, the Waves have registered 2 victories so far over the Storm, the 2 times the teams have played. Armstrong wanting to direct traffic, though, finding O'Brien. We spoke about O'Brien not watching the clock at all. That was poor on the part of the Storm. They're playing like it's Sunday morning. Easy. Now realizing the shot clock was winding down. Berhanen going around Johnson. A lob inside to Walker. Can't handle that pass. But doing the garbage work is Parks. Getting the layup is Parks. Johnson now taking over the point guard reins. Oh, good passes to O'Brien. Back door inside, but deflected outside by Parks, his left hand. He saw the movement coming in, cut coming inside by Royal. But Parks read it well, deflected outside. It's going to be Storm's ball. O'Brien lays it off to Johnson outside of the key, puts the ball on the floor, dishes outside, and a jumper tipped in the hands of Dixie Green. Parks swings it down. Forbes is on the court, misses that layup. Johnson off to the races. Has options, finds Armstrong, almost at the half line. Pick set by O'Brien, goes by 1, goes by 2, trying to up and under, but he collected the ball while he was outside. Not even on the line, though. And seen by referee Simpson. So it will be Waves ball. A 1-point lead for the Storm over the Waves. Has been close so far. Berhanen splits the defense, goes towards the line. Oh, beautiful from Berhanen. Split the defense and went right to the rim. Johnson swings it outside to Akuga for 3. Does not get the bounce, rebounded by Johnson. And a soft touch by Johnson does not work. Dixie Green puts the ball on the floor, and a foul by Johnson. Dixie Green will shoot 2. A quick timeout has been taken. I don't think Coach Brown is loving what he's seeing. We don't see Robinson taking a lot of timeouts. As I spoke to him after the last game, he said that he wants to see his players, when they're in some situations, to work it out for themselves. So timeout taken, and we don't see Robinson even talking to his players just as yet. But now he'll address them. Berhanen, Forbes, Dixie Green, Parks, and Walker. To the right, though, of your screen, Thomas was gone some minutes in 2 games. Is a energy body, you may call it, under the rim. The 33. Haven't seen him tonight just as yet. Levy in number 11 jersey. Haven't seen him either. As the Waves go back on the court, led by Parks alongside Dixie Green. Dixie Green should shoot 2. Johnson was in your sights a short while ago. Does not make the first. (19-19) tie. Does not make the second. Akuga with the rebound. Johnson swings it to Armstrong for 3. Oh, he buries it. He is confident. Whenever he makes that shot, he looks over to the crowd. Almost lost the handle, Berhanen. Being double teamed. It goes by Akuga. Does he get the continuation, though? Well, go to the line. Berhanen looked extremely good all season long, except for that last regular season game. No, he does not. So, baseline pass. To the foul, way before. So turnover by Parks. He stepped on the line. Oh my. Jones for the Storm. Dishes out to Jefferson Bay. Akuga for 3. Rebounded by Berhanen. A quick pass, quick release to Dixie Green, who lays it in off the glass. Jones once again. Pull-up jumper from Jones, and he makes it. Rattles in. Berhanen going the other way, directing traffic for the Waves. Use the left hand. Jumper from Berhanen. Oh, he's feeling it. Berhanen. And a lot of mustering on the court. Or chirping, as you want to call it. Armstrong with the clock running down. Shot clock turned off. Armstrong all from the baseline. Turn around and rebounded by Forbes. And that's it for the first quarter. 23-24. Waves, Berhanen looked extremely good in that first quarter. So to the Dixie Green, though, it has been a debate in terms of the best backcourt in this league. And I think they've won it hands down in terms of their performances so far in the league. Dixie Green has been efficient, so too has Berhanen. Akada is a workhorse, so can score somewhat. But Wilson also, he lives under the rim alongside Walker. You saw Walker in that first quarter getting the ball, stepping out from under the rim and passing to Wilson. So what he does, though, wait on the double team sometimes for him to dish it out. So he's a thinking player. 7-footer. He has a lot of finesse under his belt. Anil Brown speaking to his players, not happy at all with what he's seeing, because he is confident they can win this match. They have not defeated the Waves so far in this year's league, but he thinks they can do it tonight. And as a coach, you must believe that you can. Johnson to his left in number 3 jersey. Akuga to his right in number 25. Millis right beside him, number 11. But Armstrong, who is the entertainer, the ultimate entertainer, number 5 jersey, is his team. He's a captain. Having a word with Akuga coming back on the court for the start of the second quarter. On the other end, referee Michael Johnson is speaking to the coach Robinson and his troops from the Waves. As they make customary mark before going back on the court. Torrey Simpson having a word with Dominique. The big number 2. Don't look so confident, though, as they drag themselves back on the court for the start of the second quarter. That's the Waves, but it will be Storm's ball. Johnson for the Storm. He can step up his play when he wants to. He allows Armstrong to take over. Okuga, not the greatest pass for Okuga. Up and under, trying for reverse, did not work. So Berhanen. Jones. Defensive. Berhanen. Oh, beautiful pass. This to the big 7-footer Walker, using the left hand elegantly off the glass. Jones, bounce pass to Dominic, thought of a jumper, switching outside, back to Jones for 3. Air ball for Jones. Collected by Akade. Berhanen. Inside, almost triple team though, but Akade for 3. Short. Armstrong. Dishes outside to Akuga. Inside, oh, going by one defender or 2 defenders, but a foul called on Dixie Green. A loose ball foul. They take it to the baseline. It will be Storm's ball. Dominic puts the ball on the floor, using his advantage for the rebound because he can't finish by Walker. Because using his advantage over Dixie Green, Forbes, reaching foul by Armstrong. Close contest in the second quarter. Berhanen puts the ball on the floor, jumper, short. Rebounded by Dominique. Jones carries the ball for the Storm, swings it to Johnson, who cuts inside. Oh, and a layup, but was short by Johnson. Was rebounded by the 7-footer before it was slapped away. So Waves and Robinson, the lower end of your screen, has given his instructions to his team. Dixie Green. Berhanen for 3. Oh, off the glass. Did he call it? That would be the big question. Whether they called it or not, it's still 3. Armstrong. Goes by 2 defenders, tried to turn around a reverse layup, but Forbes was there defensively, deflecting the ball outside. Dominique puts the ball on the floor, going up against Walker, and can't beat the outstretched right arm of Walker. Went over the arm, but was short at the rim. Dixie Green, oh, a layup, going for the alley-oop and finding the big man Walker, getting his reward for the rebound and tipping in on the second attempt. Johnson, oh, can't beat Walker, but Dominique picks it up and lays it home. Berhanen walks the ball up court. Cuts to the top of the key. Still Berhanen was double teamed a short while ago. Set the pick. Dishes outside to Akade. Akade turnaround jumper. Does not make it. He gets a rebound. Dixie Green is there and lays it in. Dixie Green was living under the rim. Had mortgage and all. House was built. Jones showing that he can do a thing or two. Driving to the basket, a block by Walker, but no one there to assist. And Dominique was there to lay it in, unchallenged. Then a turnover from the Waves. After developing a 4-point lead, getting restless, Brown giving instructions to the Storm. Johnson. Cutting inside, going by Berhanen. And a foul, this by Dixie Green, and will sell Johnson to the line to shoot 2. Johnson will shoot two. There you see Robinson at the lower end of your screen. Speaking to Parks, not happy with his movement though, to assist Walker when he's blocking. Because when he blocks, he gets out of position. Parks should be right there recovering. Johnson makes the second and the first. A 2-point lead by the Waves in the second quarter. Berhanen going by Johnson. The pick was set by Parks. Oh, it's a floater, fade away. Forbes dashes in to Dixon Green. Good recovery work this from Forbes. Dixon Green attacking, and the ball tipped in by Forbes. That was close. To offensive interference. In the meantime, Dominique spins quickly on Parks, and a reverse layup by Dominique getting the better of Parks. Berhanen inside to Forbes. Akade. Parks back towards the rim, trying to get the better of Dominique. Bounce pass to Akade. Dishes to Dixon Green. It goes inside. Lob. It's the rim. And stepping on the rim was Parks on the baseline, pardon me. Not stepping on the rim. The heavy stepper. Armstrong. Dominique. Turn, another spin from Dominique. Another reverse layup from Dominique. Oh, am I seeing doubles? I saw that move. He went around Parks earlier on and did the same move again. Berhanen is towed away, or should I say poked away from Berhanen. Is it Wayne's ball, though? Berhanen called for the foul. 34 apiece as the second quarter winds down. Remember, whosoever win this game, they go to the final on Sunday, while the loser play the third place game. Dominique. Jumper. Sweet from Dominique. He's feeling it. 6 straight points from Dominique. He's on 12. Berhanen triple teamed. And still, oh, they stopped looking at the ball. Walker, not realizing where it was, went up, couldn't finish, was under the rim. However, he was fouled, and he will shoot two. Walker has been immaculate from the free throw line. I'll change that for me. Scores a second. Armstrong carries the ball up court. Dominique moves off, puts the ball on the floor. Going up against Walker once again, does get the bounce. Dominique is on fire. 14 points for Dominique. He's challenging Walker every single time. And Parks. Dixon Green. Berhanen thought of a three. He's triple teamed. Goes around all three and lays it in off the glass with the left hand. Dominique again. You said that he's feeling it. Could have released a shot, did not. Goes up against Walker with the left hand. Oh, against the bounce off the glass. He's good up against Walker and Parks. He has come to the party this evening. Berhanen. Dixon Green. Outside to Akade, back to Dixon Green for three. Does not make it though. On the rebound, going the way. What are they calling? Didn't the ball hit the rim from before? The shot clock went off, but the ball had already touched the rim. So it's still Wales' ball, though. I was wondering what the referees were doing, but they made the right call in the end. Berhanen. Dixie Green looking for the 7-footer Walker. Ball inside to Akade, floater, and he gets it. Armstrong dishes off to Johnson, puts the ball on the floor. Johnson goes around, backdoor pass to Royal, and a foul committed. Don't think it's a foul on Royal. Akade called for the foul, so a late challenge from Akade on Royal. That was late. Akade called for the foul, the 32. Royal will shoot 2 from the line. Misses the first. However, he makes the second as Royally. It's a 2-point lead for the Storm over the Waves. Akade, who is an efficient ball handler. Oh, he almost slipped out of bounds. Dishes off to Wilson, puts the ball on the floor, and he turned around. Dominic called for the foul. Referee Herbert says Dominic pushed off. They're still under the limit, though. That's the Storm. It's a Wales ball again. 3:50 on the clock. Berhanen, Dixie Green. Pull-up jumper from Dixie Green, and he makes it. Here, swoosh, nothing but the net. Johnson goes by Berhanen, lays it up and in. Off the glass. Dixie Green for 3. Oh, sweet from Dixie Green, you may say sweet and a dandy. Johnson. Oh, dishes and find Jones. Inside to Royal. Can't score, but Wales come away with it with Akade. Then dishing over to Berhanen. Under 3 minutes on the clock to close out the first half and the second quarter. Dixie Green, he's feeling it. Pull up 3 again from Dixie Green, and he makes it. Sweet and a dandy from the number 3, Dixie Green. Jones. So, a Cougar on the floor. Referee to stop proceedings. It's a 4-point lead for the Waves. So we spoke about Thomas, number 33, coming on the court. And he's back on the court in this game. First time we are seeing Thomas. Number 33 for the Waves. Johnson trying to go around Berhanen on the baseline, switches out for 3. Oh, that was a sweet from Jones. Shove a pass, Dixie Green. He's mugged, but he can't finish. He'll shoot 2 from the line. So Dixon Green goes up to shoot two. Referee Herbert and referee Simpson, lower end of your screen, right beside Coach Brown, as Dixon Green makes the first. 15 points under his belt so far this matchup. In the second quarter, does not make the second. Rebounded by Forbes. Dixon Green, once again, said before, he's double teamed. Double team is poked away. Very good defensive work. Jones floats it forward to Akuga, who slams it home finally. In the third game, he got slam spasm because he went to the slam and hit the rim. Berhanen for three. That's the answer right there from the Waves. Berhanen. 18 points for Berhanen. Put up three from Jones. Oh, that's an air ball. The air ball from Jones. Morris now on the court for the Storm. He's the #1 jersey. Full court press. Well, not full court though, only from Morris. Forbes. Inside the Dixon Green. Morris. Oh, that was close for a steal. That was a dangerous pass from Dixon Green. Tried to go by Akuga out of Johnson to find Wilson. But deflected outside, it will be Forbes ball, White's ball, Waves. Berhanen. Double teamed. Forbes puts the ball on the floor. And they waved an offensive foul. Offensive foul by Forbes. It goes the other way. Morris. Let's say he's a 6 foot. Looks like 5'8". Armstrong. Back to Morris. Inside, brilliantly done. Back outside to Akuga for three. And rebound by Forbes. Dixon Green goes forward, attacking the rim, lays it off to the big man who came on the court. That's Mr. Thomas. Getting his first 2 points of the game. Under a minute to go to close out the first half with Jones with a jumper. Oh, a turnover, steal by Akuga. Armstrong, pull up three, short. Wilson, he's off to the races and finishes strong off the glass. LaShane Wilson, the high jumper, the long jumper, the basketball player. Morris. Bounce pass inside to Jones, turnaround jumper, short. Rebounded by Wilson once again. Dixon Green with the shot clock turned off. A floater, and does not make it. Akuga now with about 5 seconds to go. Akuga dishes off to Armstrong, who does not lay it in. He thought he was fouled. But the first half has ended 54-50 in favor of the Waves over the Storm in this Elite One Caribbean Basketball League winter season. What a quarter we had. Ding-dong battle between the two teams. I see they walk off the court going into the dressing room. Walker has looked the part, so too has Wilson, as we went coast to coast a short while ago. Dixon Green and Berhanen. Berhanen has showed up in his final playoff, or should I say preliminary game. Berhanen looked out of sorts. However, he has bounced back in this matchup and teamed up well with Dixon Green to close out the quarter. 54-50, a 4-point lead over the Storm by the Waves. Elite One Caribbean Basketball League winter season happening in the beautiful island of Jamaica, right here in Kingston, on the grounds of Independence Park Limited. We take a break. When we come back, it is second half action from Kingston. Welcome back to Kingston, Jamaica for second half action. The Elite One Caribbean Basketball League winter season. Sean Grant alongside my good friend Courtney Campbell was missing in action for the first half, but guess what? He's back on the range for the second half. The Waves up against the Storm in the first of two matches on right here on the grounds of Independence Park Limited. The Waves leading 54-50 at the halftime break. The winner of this matchup, they go through to the final on Sunday. The loser played the third place game.
And that makes the intensity and severity and seriousness of this game important to both teams. So it's almost like a 0-0 slate. You've almost wiped the slate clean. Forget what happened in the first part of the season. Forget what happened in the last game. Right now, you're looking at that part of the game where if I win, I can make it to the finals.
Serenity and severity.
Yeah.
That had me. Coming with the big words.
Yeah, well, it's dictionary night tonight.
Yeah.
You know, we had math for a while, so let's do dictionary tonight.
Yeah. We're looking on as we deliberate, we're looking at Michael Johnson, the head referee, that's having a word with the officials of the scoreboard. And just getting some confirmation though. Sometimes you see digital on the board, but they do manual work right there also, so to back up what's on the board.
And this is how we get the efficiency of having all the stats and all the numbers available, especially at the end of the games and stuff like that.
Well, let's see. Berhanen was looked pretty good in the first half, though, almost taken away by Jones. Again, Jones, again. He's triple teamed Berhanen. Ball floated as steal. That was by Morris, the shortest man in the park. And look pass from Morris. Ooh. And goaltending called on Walker after that reverse layup coming from Jones, but I thought it hit the glass first before the hand of Walker.
Walker did very well to try and block that, but he was just a little bit late. But the play before, in the offense before, Berhanen went down, got stuck in the hole. The rest of his team stood by and watched. So there wasn't a lot of cooperation from the team right there to help Berhanen out of that situation. There was no way he could have gotten out of the situation. He was surrounded by a storm. Surrounded by a storm, I should say.
Well, guess what? Dominique got the chance to lay off the passing ability, the passing game from the Storm, working well with Morris leading the charge. I like what I've seen from Morris this evening. No-look passes. A passing point guard, Morris is, and he has shown up tonight. You're looking on him right now. At least about 3 no-look passes, 2 actually went to assist.
And that's exactly what you want from your point guard. Your point guard is the point person. Everything should run through him, from him, directing the traffic, basically. And he's doing quite a good job of it tonight, ensuring that he distributes as he should and makes the passes when necessary, even from the corner of his eye when he isn't looking at it.
Well, Berhanen was triple teamed, was caught down by the baseline. Thought about pulling up Berhanen, puts the ball on the right. Dominique there in defense, pull up jumper, he makes it. Berhanen 2 more points. We said before he was feeling it, 20 points on the night so far for Berhanen. We are in the third quarter.
And it's 20 points so far in the third quarter, which means he could have a 40-point night if he continues in that ray.
Morris for 3, I think that's out of his way. That was short. Wow. That was really, really short.
It almost looked like a pass.
Yeah. Oh, he's a passer. Berhanen cuts inside and floater though. He will shoot 2. Blocking foul.
Berhanen almost defending the fact that it should have been a foul, even though it was called.
It should have been a foul, although it was called?
He was arguing that, yeah, that's why it was called. He was trying to justify it.
He's not arguing. He's just stamping to say that, yeah, you're right, my good referee. It's reversed.
I told you there was a challenge because the defense was already set. Berhanen was trying to explain that he had stopped and pulled up, and the contact was still made. But that would virtually be impossible for him to hit the player if he stopped and pulled straight up.
Well,
so the defender was already in place.
Offensive foul called on Berhanen.
And you can see Coach Robinson not happy about it at all.
How can he? How can he be happy? There's the referee Herbert. Hands akimbo, though.
Well, obviously, in Jamaican parlance, they would say him not taking no chat. Meaning
that's what that action mean Hans Akimbo not taking a chat?
Well, that's what it is. He's not taking
No technical call.
He's not taking any conversations from anybody. He's just going to do what he knows he should do.
Well, technical has been called.
Well, Coach Robinson was very vocal. He was very vocal about his dissatisfaction of the call. So the technical foul could well have been against him. We would have to check with the officials to confirm that. But as we said, the defender was already planted and set. Berhanen came off the corner, down the lane, pulled up, though he did pull up, but he pulled up while floating forward.
I was wondering why they take it to the side, though, because they have to go back, after taking the technical, they have to go back to where the ball was before the technical.
Yes, they do. But, well, that would depend on the type of technical that was called.
And that was just a technical, not a flagrant, not an unsportsmanlike behavior.
Right.
It was just a technical. Johnson puts the ball on the floor, going around. Wilson lays it off outside to B. Armstrong with a three. Doesn't make it, though. Rebounded by Walker. Berhanen running into trouble. Trying to go around Jones.
Berhanen is going to get called for that again. Because he literally put that left arm up, pulled the defender's arm down.
Did he get called for it? No. It went the other way.
Wow.
I thought you were right, though. A lob inside to Walker. He gave away the ball to Armstrong. A turnover. Armstrong to Johnson for three. And he makes it.
He was questioning the decision, but not anymore.
Can I say something?
You sure can.
Radam.
I think you got to put some on that.
Yeah. I have to be more heavier when I say that, though. Berhanen for three. It rattles in, sweet and a dandy from Berhanen.
Now that's just a player saying, listen, you're giving me a challenge every time I put the ball on the floor to drive. So let me just shoot a three.
Oh, Dominic can't answer once again after getting that bounce pass. A brilliant pass from Morris, cutting inside. Berhanen finding Wilson. Swings it to Akade. Top of the key. Berhanen once again for three.
Of the Waves.
A tipping by Akade. Well, I think it came off the hand of Wilson. But let's see where the referee, Simpson, goes. He says up the court. But I thought referee Simpson is correct.
The flat-footed offense of the Waves is what caused that turnover. No options for almost anyone who would have had the ball. You saw Walker taking such a long time to come back down the floor. And the rest of the players, though they spread the court wide, ended up just standing there waiting on somebody to do something.
Armstrong, I thought his foot was on the line, though, too. Yes, his foot was on the line, so it's a two-pointer from Armstrong. Seen by referee Johnson. Berhanen cuts inside a lob, looking for the big man, but he thinks he was fouled. No, said the referee. Dominique finding Armstrong. Now a three from Armstrong does not make it. He walked away. Jefferson Bay with the rebound. Back to Armstrong. Bounce pass inside to Dominique. Then to Johnson for three. Rebounded by Walker.
They seem to be trying to work the three ball a little more than they should, are the Storm.
Well, Berhanen sold that foul, though, to be honest, and I thought that referee Simpson bought it because he lowered his left shoulder while he was going in. Jones was running alongside, just in front of him, though. He lowered his left shoulder and leaned forward to push off Jones. And the foul went against him.
It did.
I'm not saying it's not a foul, though, but he sold something, and referee bought it. That's all I'm saying.
It's not that much of a selling job anyway.
Oh, my word. Well, Berhanen makes the first.
But he does have a lot of conversation about the calls and with the referees, does Berhanen.
Well, before the match, he hardly speaks about when the opening whistle goes off. He talks a lot. 25 points so far, Berhanen, in this matchup. In the third quarter, Armstrong inside to Dominique, double-teamed. Puts the ball on the floor. Dishes outside to Jefferson Bay for three. That was a wild shot from Jefferson Bay. And Thomas, with the cheers going on inside the arena, he gets the rebound. Pull-up jumper from Berhanen. He makes it. I think the Waves have carried a few of their cheerleaders in the stands. Whenever Thomas and Berhanen shoots, you hear some young ladies cheering on.
Is it the Waves or is it Berhanen and Thomas that carried some cheerleaders?
Well, the Waves maybe flowed them in. Timeout being taken, the Waves leading 63-58 in the third quarter. But O'Neil Brown, the coach of the Storm, does not like what he's seeing in this third quarter from his team.
Well, he can't like it because he's still not able to get over the hump of totaling points while making defensive stops. There are no defensive stops being made per se, and they're still not getting points on the board. Now, his team are a little out of sync yet again, and that kind of looks like what he's saying to them. Listen, come on, we've got to get it together. We need to see Armstrong a little more. Where is Armstrong so far? Armstrong in the third quarter has been very silent. Johnson, for all his efforts, has not put enough into trying to get the ball around to the rest of his players and make it happen. But they do have talent on the team. So there are other players they can use.
Talent is on the team?
Yeah, they got a lot of talent on the team.
Oh, a lot of, oh, I thought you meant someone named Talent.
No.
I knew an individual by the name of Talent.
Really?
When I was growing up, yeah.
Okay.
Didn't
I can only imagine the amount of
didn't play any team.
puns y'all made.
Dominique cutting inside and gets the bouncing in, rattling in. Dominique. Now he has played an efficient game this afternoon or this evening. Dominique, the big man, as Berhanen goes up and lays in. Dominique with 18 points on the night so far. Berhanen going to the 30 marker. Cougar inside on the baseline and makes it against Thomas. He goes to the line for a chance for a three-point play.
Now, yes, they got some nice points just now, but we also want to see when they go down in the half-court set. We need to see the big man working with the guards. The guards need to rotate, get that dip inside on the low post, because they can take advantage of it with players like Dominique. Dominique can dominate.
Well, yes, he can. Cougar makes for a three-point play. But now trailed by 2. 5 points under his belt. Berhanen carries the ball up court. Goes between the two defenders. Oh, slapped away by Johnson. Very good defensive work. Armstrong just lay it in. Nothing fancy from Armstrong. And the lead now cut. Well, is actually level.
It's all level. And it was just a matter of time before that happened, because just about the last 4 possessions for the Waves, Berhanen was the only hand that touched the ball. Granted, they ended in points, but they're going to pick up on that, and they're going to start harassing him and causing him to give it up.
Dominique with the rebound. Johnson inside, back to Dominique. Gets the lucky bounce, lays it off to Jefferson Bay, but it goes the other way.
Built a house in there, as I heard you say earlier. Yes, I caught that.
It's paying mortgage.
Paying the mortgage. Homeowner's insurance.
Yeah. He loves under the rim, though. Dixon Green. Runs pass to Berhanen. Pushing off the glass. Brilliantly done. A nudge there on a Cougar in defense. Armstrong to a Cougar. Thought of a 3. Went by Wilson. And a foul by Dixon Green. Who's it called on, though? 2 shots. I thought Dixon Green was a guilty person, but Wilson looked bewildered, like his name was called.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
Does not get the bounce, does not get the roll.
Looked like he was begging that to go in.
Why not? Nothing is wrong with a little bit of begging sometimes. But it's almost there.
And lean to try and lean the ball after they shoot.
Yeah. Makes the first. Changes being made. We'll see Martillet being brought in. This for the Storm. Where's number 34 jersey? And Dominique being asked to rest. Starting this game this afternoon. Almost a steal. And the ball deflected off the hands of Johnson going outside. It will be Waves' ball.
Johnson wanted some help Once he touched it, he was hoping Jefferson Bay could have come across and got it.
Berhanen to the baseline, can't finish. Still inside. Berhanen gets it back and gets a foul. He shoot 2. Martillier just came on the 34th jersey.
Well,
Armstrong.
so far since the start of the quarter, it's been the Berhanen show.
Yes, it has been. But I saw Armstrong, number 5 jersey for the Storm, was actually stating what should have happened.
Really?
Yeah, I was coaching.
Okay.
Don't know who was coaching though.
Coaching who?
I don't know.
Coaching the Waves?
No, not the Waves. Misses both Berhanen and came off Okuga last. Or did it come off Thomas? Thomas says yes, it did come off Okuga. He sets already. So as he set Thomas, he has to go out, and Akada is back in. Berhanen, Akade. Bounce pass inside, but stolen by Martillier. But the ball rolling on around Akuga. Lays it forward to Jefferson Bay. Goes towards the rim, can't finish. But Martillier is there, he can't finish. Jefferson Bay with a 3rd attempt, and they can't finish. I said it 3 times.
You did.
With 3 attempts. Berhanen for 3. Rebounded by Forbes. Turns at the baseline. Going around one defender and attacking the rim. Does not get the roll. However, he will shoot 2 at the line.
Well, he's certainly playing the Superman role tonight because literally all the points in this 3rd quarter, I beg your pardon, I guess out of maybe 1 or 2, but everything else has come from Berhanen.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm just going with what you said. As Berhanen makes the 1st. And short to the 2nd, rebounded by Akuga. Johnson carries the ball up court for the Storm. Pick set by Martillier. Johnson for 3. Does not get it. And Wilson with the rebound for the Waves. Ball sung down, Akade. A floater. Does not get the roll. Martillier puts the play forward to Jefferson Bay. Attacking the rim and answering is Jefferson Bay. No look pass for Berhanen. Finding Wilson. Forbes can't answer. Then Wilson answers off the glass.
Wilson still working hard from the last game till now.
Armstrong going by Levy. High floater, and he gets the bounce.
Now that's a serve right there from the chef.
Not commenting on that. Berhanen going around Akuga. Slapped away. Oh, taken back by Berhanen. Attacking the rim. Does not get the call. Was looking for the foul. Armstrong on the other end going up against Forbes. And he gets a better Forbes and falls through it away. Wilson. Berhanen for 3. Scrappy play, but ending with a 3.
Berhanen is on fire tonight and for the most part on target.
He needs to be careful though. After making that 3, he looked on the referee. Johnson for 3. Rebounded by Wilson. He looked around to referee. Johnson didn't know what he said though. Forbes almost lost the handle. Bounce pass outside to Akade. Levy puts the ball on the floor. Jumper from Levy. And
Nice.
That's nothing but the net.
Nice.
In the National Arena, the Elite One Caribbean Basketball League, Armstrong for 3 off balance. Rebounded by Akade. Switching to Forbes. Giving him the work to carry the ball up court. Bounce pass inside. Levy and Armstrong were tangled.
Levy kind of was trying to fling the arm of Armstrong off of him.
Offensive foul though.
Resulted in that call. But it's just a tussle underneath.
That's all it is.
Just a tussle.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So you're saying that he shouldn't have been called for the foul?
I did not say that.
I'm just asking,
The foul is valid, but it was
Okay.
just a little tussle.
Little tussle bring fouls, according to you, if the foul is valid.
Hey, that foul was valid.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. Dominique back in on the floor, using his strength and the soft hands, which we have seen all night. Dominique for the Storm.
They can slow him down, but they can't stop him.
Berhanen. Wow. That came from behind by Johnson. He means business. Swatted away.
Berhanen thought he had it all the way, coasting again. But
That's more
Johnson said, nope.
That was more like a roller coaster than anything else. Now it's slapped hard out of his grasp. A 1-point lead for the Waves over the Storm. Dixie Green coming in, Forbes going out for the Waves. Royal coming in, and Armstrong asked to rest for the Storm.
Well, now's the time you can rest your...
Dixie Green looking for the foul, no foul called. He looks in awe. Johnson, down court, Royal puts the ball on the floor right away.
I'll say with the score as it is, you can rest your premier players and bring in your stabilizers who will keep it where it is and not allow the game to get too wild, giving your go-to players an opportunity to rest and come back fresh.
I'm agreeing with you wholeheartedly. Ball deflected off Levy. That's over a minute to go in this third quarter. Morris. Oh, the shot clock. Everyone forgot about the shot clock, including the coach.
I did too. No, I'm kidding.
You are not important. Well, you are important, but you're not important. Can I say that? Berhanen carries the ball up court. Thought about a jumper. Dixie Green. Dishes outside to Levy. Comes inside, another jumper from Levy. This is short. This time around, Millis with the rebound. Morris goes forward, swings it outside. Millis for three, comes inside. A high floater, rebounded by Morris, and comes away with it. Turnaround jumper from Morris, does not make it. Rebound by Parks inside. Berhanen attacking the rim, up and under, can't finish, he'll shoot two.
Can't slap. It's the scrappy slapping the hand, trying to just knock that ball loose. If you get caught with it, the referee's going to call it on you. And that's what our Storm player did just now.
He makes the first, Berhanen. And rattles in the second. A 3-point lead. Berhanen with 37 points. So far, we're in the third quarter winding down. Royal inside to Dominique. Spinning is Dominique between two players, dishing outside for Morris for three. Oh, that wide shot by Morris, gathered by Royal. And a foul called down below on Levy. That should be his second foul. At the baseline. The Storm, they have the ball. A reminder, they trail by 3. 77-74. Dominique using his strength. Soft hands, short. And the ball tipped around, but they'll come away with Levy. Attacking the rim. Dishes outside to Berhanen for 3. 3 for Berhanen, and he gets it. To close off the third quarter. And the young ladies behind the basket, who you can't see, are on their feet, with Berhanen, who's gone on to 40 points now at the end of the third quarter. 80-74, the Waves, they lead over the Storm.
Well, like I said, the way he's playing, he's going to have a 40-plus point night tonight, and it certainly is shaping up that way. Superman is in the building, you're going to have to say. The dynamic duo is now turned into the singular force of Cameron Berhanen. and he looks great out there. He doesn't look flustered. He doesn't even look tired. We would like to see the other players get involved, but guess what? If he's doing it and he's making it and he's feeling it, let him go ahead until that breaks down. Then the other players simply just need to support him. As for the Storm, though, I'm not feeling where they're going with the offense right now because they're still trying to find that player who's going to come alive and keep it. You understand? They're not getting the looks and the finishes that they need. Dominique, for what he can do, is doing what he can under the boards. Royal came in and gave them some minutes. Jefferson Bay is a player we know who can get electrifying, but Armstrong certainly is one of the players that Coach Brown, is it? Yes, Coach Brown is going to have to look towards now to start getting his game intact. Now, they took the few minutes to rest them before the end of this quarter, so now going back into this quarter, I expect to see all of the premier, the number one, the point players for the Storm, taking the floor and pushing that ball and holding the defense accountable on stopping the Storm, on stopping the Waves.
I was about to stop.
That's Mr. Brissett?
That's Patrick Brissett, who played basketball and was also a netball coach, a Wall Grove's netball coach, and the manager of the team for years. And also sitting beside him was Judy Williams, who you will see in the Roundup show. So she's in the house. As they're getting ready to go back on the court, Ron Robinson, the coach of the Waves. The Storm on the court already. The officials have it, Michael Johnson and Simpson.
What did you say his name is pronounced?
Well,
Paulos?
the first was Paulo, but Paulos.
Paulos.
Yeah. So
Simpson works.
I'm just going to play it safe.
Simpson works. Let's work with Simpson.
He's a good referee. Fourth and final quarter to get on the way. Storm's ball. Armstrong. The big set by Dominique. It's inside. Johnson for three. Oh!
And just like that, he erases that fantastic three-point finish at the end of the third quarter from Berhanen.
Berhanen now going around Dominique. Pulled up. Swinging outside to Akade. Coming inside for a jumper. Can't make it. The rebound, I thought, though, the ball went off the hands of Wilson. He walks away because he knows it's a right call by referee Johnson. It will be Storm's ball.
So as I said, the Storm are going to come out with their premier players or their more usual starting lineup because they need to push the ball right now.
Akuga thought of a three. A big set by Dominique. Akuga held his run. Dishes on the other side. The Johnson for three. The rebounded by Parks. Player says to relax. Akuga. Be the maestro at the present time. Good defensive work by Johnson. Read him well. Berhanen held up a three. Air ball.
Not this time.
Armstrong, then Johnson. Johnson put up two, and he gets it. Johnson, for the fourth quarter, scored 5 points in the fourth quarter. Oh, a steal by Dominique. Maybe they thought he couldn't leave the court.
They probably did. Big man can't jump.
Outside, and now to B. Armstrong for three. And he makes it. Timeout has been called by Coach Robinson. Sloppy play we see from the Waves at the start of the fourth quarter, my good friend CC.
Yes, they got a little bit comfortable coming out there after that nice three to finish the third quarter, but that does not end the game. You still got another 12 minutes of play to play. And I did make mention that the Storm are going to come and throw everything they can find at this Waves team right now. Now is the time it matters. Now is when it's important. This is the last 12 minutes of play. It doesn't matter what happened for the 36 minutes before. So right now is when it all matters, and everybody's going to have to leave it out on the floor.
When it does matter, actually, because if it is that you only scored 2 points in that 36 minutes, it'll be a different ball game now.
Okay, so you are where you are right now. Whatever happened before is unimportant at this point. At this point, you now have a 3-point lead, and you now have the opportunity to an opportunity to extend that, hold them at bay, and run away with this thing. So let's see what they do, because now they have the momentum in their favor. They've won the first opening minutes of this fourth quarter, and they just need to continue and hold on to this.
So a 2-point lead by the Storm as we see the hot hands of Johnson come to life in the fourth quarter.
Still need to take advantage of the big man play down low with Dominique and get that kick back out so Johnson can get an easy shot. Or Armstrong.
The voices of Courtney Campbell and Sean Grant. Ball puts inside on the right, a 3-pointer does not make it. Wilson going for the rebound, stepped on the line.
Wilson was arguing that the Storm player was undercutting his legs and he didn't have a chance to come back down properly, so he was hoping that it could have been a call, but referee said no.
Armstrong changes lane. Oh, beautiful play of the foot of Dominique, swings it outside for Akuga for 3. It's a rim, rebounded by Berhanen. Floats it down to Wilson. Wilson, an offensive foul.
Very well played there by Armstrong. Very smart play. A little bit of acting, but smart play from Armstrong.
I'm going to correct you there, not a little bit. A whole lot of acting, but I still think it was a smart play.
It wasn't a lot. It was a little bit of acting. He did get hit.
Of course, it's a contact sport.
Wilson did turn and make that contact.
He's trying to back him in.
Yeah, so he embellished it a little bit and went to the ground.
Embellished.
Big to big to big.
Dominique, oh, almost a steal. But Dominique is swift, finding Armstrong, then to Johnson, then to Jones for 3. And Akuga is there.
There are times when Okuga's shots don't look like a shot. He almost looked like he threw that up. But that's pretty much how he's been shooting all season.
So, Berhanen, oh, a fade away 2, in and out. Rebounded, but right in the hands of the big man himself, Walker, who looked on the referee because he thought he was hacked. But nevertheless, no whistle came, but he made the 2. Johnson.
They have to do a better job containing the rebounds and pulling the boards. Do the Storm.
Armstrong cuts inside, lays it off. Akuga gets it for 3. Does not get the drop. Akade with the rebound. Berhanen and lob looking for the big man who's right there to bank it home.
That's there for them all night. They can take advantage of that.
Walker. And a turnover from the Storm.
Ooh.
Scores are level. Walker with 12 points and 10 boards so far for the Waves.
I wouldn't be surprised if something happens and you get a timeout right now from one of these coaches.
Well, let's see. We see Brown and Robinson both on their feet. Both are very good young coaches. Fighting Walker. This inside, Dixie Green to Walker. Alley-oop, a 2-hand jam. The first time we're seeing that from the big man.
Nice play from Mr. Walker. Just to remind you that he is 7 feet. And he can get off the ground.
Akuga cutting inside, dishing outside to Johnson. Back to Akuga.
You got to watch the clock.
For 3, and a shot clock violation. And you were watching the clock this time around.
Too many rotations on the ball, too many touches, not getting the look they wanted and kicking it back out and hoping that it'll open up back for them the next time it goes around. But that just shows the disorganization they have right now, the little disorientation happening on the offensive end. Times like this now, you need your senior veteran players like Johnson and Armstrong to step up, direct the traffic, position the players where they need to be, and tell them how to move.
Oh, their tip from Walker could not get it. Wilson going for the steal. Dominique coming up with it for the Storm. Dishes to Akuga. An offensive foul by Dominique.
Wow.
Dixon Green was set, says referee Herbert.
Wow.
Why are you saying wow?
He's like a runaway train.
Oh, my
there was
word.
no way for him to stop.
That's not runaway, that's a freight train.
There was absolutely no way to stop
Huge.
that. A lot of props to Dixon Green for actually standing there.
That is true.
But he's not a small man himself.
That is true. Can I say once more?
You could. I could say something else that would make you say that is true.
Let me hear it.
Well, there's Berhanen mopping the floor.
Where is he? Because Coach Brown in your sides now. But Berhanen was mopping the floor earlier on. But Coach Brown is concerned. You know, it is the fourth and final quarter of this semi-final affair, the playoff affair right here in Kingston, Jamaica. Yes, basketball, Elite One Caribbean Basketball League, the winter season happening right here in Kingston.
Did you say it was the semi-final round?
Yeah. So win, you go to the final. Lose, you play the third place playoff. Berhanen, bounce pass inside to Wilson.
Very nice.
Well, the 2 points have turned into a 4-point lead. Armstrong being hustled by Akade. Put up jumper from Armstrong, who answers. He says
Pick set by Dominic gave Armstrong that free opportunity to make that shot. But the
dishes out to Akade for three. That's short. Collected by Johnson. Off to the races. Dishes out to Armstrong for three. And it's Royal can't chip in. But I tell you this much, the big man, Dominique, is there. I told you before, he was living under the rim. And he has built a huge house. Because certainly, to the end of this game, he'll be there to do the garbage work to lay it in.
Well, if he's building a house, he has a yard full of trees because he's picking those fruits with those 2 points.
Akade, another attempt to the three. Another miss. The pass, a steal by Johnson.
And that's where they could have gotten hurt just now. They stood on defense, and everybody just watched the ball fall off. They were very lucky to get that just now.
Akuga with a three were rebounded by Royal as everyone in the white shirt was standing looking around.
That's exactly what happened on the other end.
So, Armstrong, a two. So they've gone in the lead, the Storm. Armstrong on 27 points. A 2-point lead for the Storm. Coach Robinson at the lower end of your screen being very vocal. A floater and the soft hands by Berhanen as level proceedings in this fourth quarter.
He's going to keep doing that if the defense keeps standing flat-footed because there's no way to stop his handles. He beats anybody he takes on the dribble, and he's always going to pull up, and he's very efficient from the floor.
Also Johnson with a 2-pointer. Johnson has 19 points, 3 boards, and 4 assists. They lead by 2, the Storm, the team in the black and gray. Dixon Green being double-teamed. Oh, it's a steal by Johnson. Brilliant the Don, brilliant the red, laying it in. And now has increased the lead. Timeout being called by Coach Robinson. Not happy at all with the Waves.
Well, I did say that once something goes wrong the wrong way, you're going to see a timeout really quick from one of these coaches because they need to stem whatever tide of flow is going to start happening from whichever one of these teams is moving. Right now, it's in the way of the Storm, and the Storm are doing just a little bit more to get this in. However, both teams are still very flat-footed on defense and giving each other an opportunity to take advantage of it. It's just who wants it more, who does it quicker, and who does it more often.
Well, what we're seeing happening in this fourth quarter, I think the Storm, they want it the most at the present time. What we are seeing from them with certainly the man called Johnson coming to the party. Yes, Armstrong is there as expected, but Johnson with 3-pointers, 2-pointers, steals, rebounds, everything delight under the basketball umbrella. Elite One coming to life.
Yes, indeed. And we did mention that he needs to come alive. Armstrong needs to get back in the game. Dominique is doing what he always does, and he looks the same way he always does, efficient and functional. We need to see Royal now. What can Royal give us that will help take the Storm over the edge? Well, on the other hand, the Wave team yes, we're riding on the shoulders of Berhanan's efficiency right now, but the rest of our team needs to get into the defensive mindset, get back on D, block out, pull those rebounds and putbacks, and make them work.
Well, Berhanan missing on that attempt. A 4-point lead can be increased to a 6-point lead or 7 as Johnson carries the ball up court. Held his run, he cuts inside, lays it off to Akuga, and then to Armstrong for 3. That shot rebounded by Wilson. Forbes almost traveled. Berhanan. Coach Robinson telling him to go forward. Held his run and going for the foul, and Johnson bought it. He will shoot 2. That's Berhanan from the line. They tried to cut the deficit to 2. But can he do that, though, with how he's been shooting from the line this evening?
We hope so, but remember, we promised that we weren't going to speak about the players and their free throws.
It's playoff time now.
Oh, all bets are off?
All bets are off.
But yeah, how long can you ride the coattails of Berhanan and how effective he has been so far? That's going to be the question that the Waves are going to have to answer, because he's going to beat anybody he takes on the dribble. He will score, I would say, if we were to give it out of 10, he would score 8 out of every 10 shots that he makes. Those other 2 points, those other 2 shots that he misses, they can be converted to 2 for whatever points the Storm makes if they crash the boards. Now, if the Waves continue to stand around on defense, that's exactly what's going to happen, and they're going to be in a bad position if Berhanan can't make shots and they're standing around and not pulling rebounds, or they're not getting involved in the offense.
Well, he dished out to Akade twice, and twice Akade missed from the 3-point mark, pretty close to the baseline. However, we see the Storm back on the court because Berhanan will be shooting 2 for the Waves.
So flip side of that, Storm need to play some solid defense, really, really solid defense. They need to crash everything. They don't need to miss a rebound. If anything, they should dominate the boards right now because they can get out on the fast break and make points. They've proven that, and they can do that through Johnson, through Armstrong, through Akuga, who was pretty good on the open floor.
That is true. Berhanan making the first and the second. 2-point lead for the Storm. Berhanan has moved on to 44 points for the evening. Johnson puts the ball on the floor for the Storm. Pull up 3 for Johnson. Does not make it. Falls with a rebound for the Waves. Berhanan once again thought about a 3. Royal in the defensive area. He slipped and lays it right to Walker with the left hand soft. Does not get the roll, and to put in back this by Wilson. Woo! 94 apiece in the fourth quarter. You're shaking your head.
Yes,
CC.
I'm not happy with the defense I'm seeing from the Storm. They're not playing like they want it. They need to stop everything.
Dominique, soft hands not working for him that time around.
You can't miss on the offensive end and slack off on defense at this time of the game in this particular game.
Well, Berhanan thought about a 3. Walker right back to Berhanan. A 3 for Berhanan, and he makes it. He makes it. It's a 3-point lead for the Waves. Under 3 minutes to go to close out this matchup. In regulation, Armstrong trying to answer. Rebounded by Forbes. Swings it down court. And to Wilson, lays it in. So it's going to be a 5-point lead for the Waves.
You don't have to answer a 3 with a 3, so that 3-point shot from Armstrong wasn't necessarily the best option, and now they're paying for it.
Johnson trying to go around Forbes. Coming out, the big man. Akuga for 3, and he makes it. Finally, Akuga answering.
Now they need to stop, check it, and make sure they get a stop on this play from the Waves. Or else the Waves are just going to keep rolling on.
Berhanan going around.
No one can stop him.
High float off the glass. Woo! The National Arena getting hot. with playoff basketball, the E1 Caribbean Basketball League, the winter season, as the two referees, they meet. Herbert and Johnson.
So like I said, they need to not be phased by it. They need to step up, double team if they have to double team, and try to get the rebounds off the missed shots when they happen, because they're not able to stop him completely, but they certainly can make up for it with the shots that they collect.
Well, Dominique answers.
He wanted a call too.
After getting his own rebound. It's a 2-point lead for the Waves over the Storm. Under 2 minutes to go in regulation time. Wilson turning and giving it all away. A Cougar comes away with it. He's tough. He's fouled by Wilson.
Still scrappy, but a little better on the defensive end.
That's not better. Who was Wilson passing the ball to?
That's not the point.
That is the point.
They got
Defense stood right there and collected the ball. Wilson lost concentration for the Waves, but a Cougar was off to the races, and Wilson wasn't having that at all.
Wilson is having a quiet night, though.
Armstrong attacking the rim and going
Gotta get
to
that
shoot.
call.
Two, forcing Walker defensively up high, and called for the foul is Walker, and Armstrong will shoot two.
So all through the season, your free throw shots are okay, but right now, they matter.
They always matter, though. Matheson.
Now they matter.
Well, a 1-point lead can level proceedings here in this fourth quarter. Armstrong, he makes both. So it's a tied game in this fourth quarter. Berhanen attacking the rim, up and under, can't make it. Rebounded by Jefferson Bay. Armstrong thought about it. He's attacking the rim, lays it off to Dominique. What's a turnover? Sloppy play. 3 against 1. Dixon Green can't finish. And right there is Forbes to finish for the Waves.
Wow. That's literally all I can say to that is wow. Turnover on the offensive end and then Light running back on the defense.
Under a minute to go, Cougar. Light or turnover or heavy. Johnson. Forbes in defense. Going up against Walker. Johnson over the hands of Walker, but rebounded by Berhanen. Forbes down court. Finding Wilson, back to Forbes. Berhanen thought of a three. Went around Jefferson Bay. Attacking the rim and getting over the hands of Armstrong for another two. For the Waves, another two for Berhanen, was moved on to 51 points on the evening.
Well, Coach Brown is going to have to talk about it, but he's going to have to talk really quickly, and he's going to have to say some things to the effect, again, of stop the play, score the ball. Literally, he's going to have to, I think the simplest thing would be to try and keep the ball out of the hands of Berhanen. So they need to single check Berhanen right now and keep the ball out of his hands. Let the rest of the team try to beat you, but keep the ball out of Berhanen's hands, because if he gets it and he puts it on the floor, it's difficult for any of the Storm to keep up with him. And he's going to get to the hoop. He's going to either make the points or he's going to hit it off the glass, and they are not cleaning up on the boards as they should. So he needs to go all out one-on-one defense against Berhanen to keep the ball out of his hands.
Well, Coach Robinson for the Waves. Looks very calm, though. A 4-point lead with about 34.5 seconds on the clock.
A lot of work this young man has put in. Armstrong. Doesn't want to leave empty-handed.
Not at all.
A trophy would be all that he would love to have right now.
Armstrong, brilliant pass by Cougar, and swatted away by Forbes. Berhanen attacking the rim, up and under, puts it outside by Green. Dixon Green fouled by Jefferson Bay.
They needed that foul to come a little bit earlier if they wanted to try and stop the clock for even a hint of an opportunity to try to pull off a Hail Mary miracle.
There's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game time. A steal by Johnson. The Shane Wilson gets a foul. And will he be shooting 2? Yes, he will. Or no, he won't. I'd be wrong if I said no, because it will be Johnson from the free throw line to shoot 2. Makes the first. Cut the lead to 3. And then going for the second from the line. Makes both. 15 seconds to go, timeout taken. Coach Robinson taking the timeout. 2-point lead though.
Very important 2 shots there from Johnson.
Yes, indeed, shot clock turned off. So guess what? What should the Waves do in this last couple of seconds?
Well, they're 2 points up. They do have the inbound now off the baseline. Or now that the free throw is called, they'll get it at the half line. They need to swing the ball, run the time off. If they can, get the ball to Berhanen. Berhanen is sound fundamentally. He will keep the dribble for as long as he can. He will even possibly give you 2 more points on the board. So the whole key of this play is get the ball to Berhanen. So you need to run a play so that Berhanen can get free. If you're the Storm, you're trying to stop that.
Well, if they inbound, which they did a while ago, allowing Johnson to steal, they had to be very careful with the inbound pass.
Absolutely.
And I thought that was silly, though, because there's a player that ran right in front of him. Dixie Green, he forego that and went across court.
Now the foul. Now the foul. They
Dixie
need
Green
to
a
foul.
lob and a foul.
Not on the shot. They need to foul on the ground before the shot.
My
You don't
word.
want the shooting foul because it gives them an opportunity to make it at the line.
10 seconds left in the game. And referee having a word with Dominique and Johnson. And the big 7-footer, Walker, will shoot 2 from the line. So, with a 2-point lead, can extend it to a 3-point lead. These are very important free throws. And he misses one. Wow. If he doesn't make this, then the Storm, with 10 seconds to go, would have a chin up. And he misses both. But a tossing on the net. Armstrong comes away with it. Swings it and deflected. I thought it came off Johnson last. It should come off Johnson last, though. It came off Johnson last from my eyesight.
Everybody's going to be making this call.
It hit the hand of Berhanen, but it came off Johnson last. Hit 2 hands before going out.
It did look that way to me as well. But
well, there's no replay
referee,
here. From our vantage point, that's what we saw.
That's what we saw.
Well, we may be incorrect. In the meantime, Armstrong swings it, and that's it.
No, he was fouled at the
Was
three-point
fouled?
line. That is not a foul you want to give up at this time to that man.
Oh, my word.
If you're the Waves. Now he has 3 shots. He makes all 3, you lose. He makes 2, we're possibly going to overtime.
So let's
Coach
see what
Robinson not happy because he doesn't think it was a foul, but hey.
So the referees are having a discussion.
Contact was made. Armstrong literally just threw it up.
What Coach Robinson said, he has his foot out. They can't do that. But it doesn't matter. All the referees saw it. I saw it's ending. Misses the first.
So the best they can hope for right now is a tie ball game.
Misses the first. He can't afford to miss another. If he misses another,
misses this one, he's going to have to deliberately miss the last one and hope for the rebound.
0.2 seconds left in this game. Well, he makes it.
Now you ask yourself, do I want to try to go for the win or do I want to try to go for a tie ball game?
Well, let's see. They trail by 1. Are we going overtime? We're going overtime. We're going overtime. 0.2 seconds left in the game. And we're heading to overtime in this matchup.
On the shoulders of Armstrong and a very smart heads-up play, throwing that up in the face of a defender jumping at him. Got the 3 shots at the free throw line, converted 2 of the 3, and we're now going to overtime for 5 more minutes of what could be easily the most exciting game that these two teams have played against each other.
And the funny thing about it, though, if he had made all 3,
we would be singing a different tune right now.
Indeed. Indeed. But wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is drama happening in Kingston, Jamaica, the League One Caribbean Basketball League. Exciting drama between these two teams, the Storm and the Waves. I tell you this much, I never expected this, but I did the calculation before the game started. When I saw the first time the teams met, the Waves, they won by 20 points.
Yeah.
The second time the teams met, the Waves, they won by 4 points.
Yes.
So you know it's going to cut again.
Yes, it is.
If the Waves would have won, maybe they would have won by 1 point.
Possibly. However, they're not allowing them to win just like that.
So it's a tied game in overtime, you're saying?
I was saying, separate and apart from watching the score, we watched the intensity of play. And the players that needed to come up big did actually do that, though not in the way that I would have liked. So Armstrong, still a smart, intelligent player who does what he needs to do when he's on the floor. I would have wanted some more from him in gelling the team, putting together some solid offensive moves and stuff, getting the ball rotation in, getting the pick and pop with the big man, keeping Dominique involved and stuff like that. However, they were fortunate enough to get points on the board and be at this position to be tied up in the overtime minutes of this game. This semifinal game where it's do or third place.
Yeah. Corey Cavachon, Grant League One Caribbean Basketball League. Have to pick up M1 production team. Without them, you would not seeing anything at all. So great work from the M1 production team. And the winter season happening, it's hotter than hot. As Robinson still having a word with referee Herbert, says Armstrong had his foot out. That's why the contact was made. But still, that is done and dusted. That can't be changed.
We're into 5 more minutes of ball.
It will be Waves ball. Berhanen go up against Akuga. And a foul on Akuga. He shoot 2.
I don't know how.
I don't think he'll shoot 2 though, but
oh
I
no,
didn't
he
see
was
that.
indicating 2-5, which is the number that
frightened me.
Okuga is wearing. It's
Frightened
2-5.
me, I was wondering.
Yeah, that was a little scary there.
Yeah.
So again, I asked the Storm, are you going to allow Berhanen to beat you all the time?
Berhanen can't get the bounce. The ball tipped outside. And Waves not liking that decision though. He thought it came off Johnson.
It did look like Johnson tried to corral it.
With his left hand.
Yeah, knocked it way over there.
Johnson puts the ball on the floor. Bounce pass inside to Dominique, the big man. Can't finish, rebounded by Wilson.
That looked good, but it just didn't finish. And there was no collapse for the defense, for the offensive board.
Berhanen blocked somewhat, fighting Wilson. Lays it off, and a turnover, a poor pass to Forbes. Here comes the Storm once again, Akuga. A three from Akuga, and he makes it. He makes it for the Storm. And you see the cheering team of the Storm in the backdrop. Berhanen.
The cheering is even louder on the bench.
A three from Berhanen. Oh, he answers.
He thought he was fouled too.
Sweet and dandy. Johnson bounce pass inside, almost a steal. A jumper from Johnson rattles it in. 2-point lead for the Storm. Berhanen has pulled the strings, has taken the shots, rebounds, went for 2 blocks. Thought about a 3, almost a turnover. Berhanen attacking the rim once again. Off the glass, can't get the bounce. And a steal from Berhanen. I said before, he's everywhere. Dixie Green, Forbes, lob inside to the big man, the 7-footer. And they've given it away, was looking for Wilson, who moved out of the way. Jefferson Bay, Armstrong for the Storm.
Wisely pulls that back out.
2-point lead for the Storm. They're in control, trying to go around Forbes. He does just that. Lays it off to Akuga for 3, and he makes it.
Young man. That's it, young man.
Akuga for 3.
And this is what I'm talking about, the offensive movement and rotation. The drive inside caused the defense to collapse. Dish right back out to Akuga, and here he is again, still battling on the floor.
Oh, can't finish, can't dunk home.
I feel your excitement, but 2 points is what we need.
Akuga holds on the play, bounce pass to Johnson. Armstrong puts the ball on the floor, goes around, Forbes swings it to Akuga, and he calls for the travel.
They were worried about the clock there.
Yeah, he was stepping like a little ballerina. But that's
he wanted to try and chuck it straight up because the time was running out.
Well, it looked like he was more so twinkle toes, though.
I don't know, it was a little ballet move.
Yeah, but that's okay. 5-point lead.
And Coach Brown is happy with what's happening. Once they go to it, they get points. The nice check back out by Armstrong when he realized that he had too many defenders in front of him. Checked it back out, swung the ball 2 times, made a drive on the inside, and was able to dish it out to Akuga for that fantastic 3-point shot. Akuga came up with the steal, came back down. Unfortunately, they weren't so lucky in this rotation. The Waves, on the other hand, a little bit sloppy on defense. Walker is complaining. I'm not sure what he's complaining about.
He always complains.
What?
He always complains.
I'm not sure what's getting him going this time, at this moment. But right now, it seems they're a little bit out of sync in these first few minutes of the overtime. They got that nice 3-pointer from Berhanen, but if the Storm are to do what they need to do, they're not going to die by Berhanen's offense. So they're going to have to check him. And they're going to have to ensure that the rest of the team will have to step up if they're going to try to win.
Oh, let's see what will happen, though. All the time left in the game, though.
And it does look like Berhanen is Akuga's assignment.
Oh, steal. Almost a steal from Akuga. Darting in front of the run of Berhanen. However, he went out of bounds.
He's quick enough. He's tall enough. He can check him, but Berhanen still has the advantage.
Well, let's see Berhanen. Trying to use a big set by Wilson. A 3 for Berhanen, he makes it! Are you kidding me? A 2-point game, the Storm they lead. Johnson. Akuga comes inside, bounce pass to Jefferson Bay, a block, and Wilson gets it. Very good defensive play by Wilson. Moving past
man.
Juan Berhanan,
Oh,
attacking the
man.
rim and laying it in.
You know he's going to do that. Where are the other defenders to step up?
Ball lobbed out to Dominique, can't answer. Score side at 113 apiece.
They're going to go straight back to Berhanan.
Telling players want the pick to be set. Foul, blocking foul on Armstrong. 113 apiece. A minute and change on the clock in overtime.
This is a nice game.
We're going home in the morning.
Let's see.
There's another game coming up, the Horizons and the Rivers, the second game of the doubleheader. Playoff basketball in the National Arena. Berhanan, the baseline. Wilson spinning. Trying to get the better of the players. And he's set to the line.
That's right.
He's set on the line. Wilson fighting Dominique and Jones for the ball.
They got to hold their space on the defensive end. Keep them off the boards. Get the ball out of the hands of Berhanan or make everything he touches difficult. That's the only way they're going to get over this hump.
Armstrong. That's inside. Armstrong to the rim. Can't finish. And Armstrong is off the court. Berhanan. Armstrong back on the court and going for the steal. No one told Berhanan that he was right beside him. He sneaked up on Berhanan and almost got the steal.
Yeah. That's teamwork 101. You got to call to your teammate if something's happening that he's not seeing. But the rest of his team, they were all just walking with their backs to him. So no one there able to tell Berhanan somebody was behind him. And now they lose the ball again.
And give it away. No, Cougar threw it down looking for Royal. And the foul called way before.
But it shows you the mindset because he's just continuing to go to the hoop.
It's going to be Storm's ball. 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game. 27.2 seconds. On the clock to close out the fourth quarter. Good friend Corey Campbell there. CBC O'Neill Brown, the coach of the Storm, just having a word with his players.
There's Walker.
Not happy at all with something.
Something happened on whatever.
He's a vocal individual, has been a professional for about 13, 14 years. He got a 10-day or 13-day stint with the Boston Celtics.
He did?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So he has a lot of experience on his belt.
He does have the experience, and to be selected for that, they would have he has to have the talent.
He's a journeyman, not the youngest at all.
Okay. And we did say that he's playing with an injury.
Yeah. It's an exciting game happening. Coach Robinson giving last-minute instructions or last seconds instructions. A reminder, though, in terms of difference between the shot clock and the game clock, 4 seconds. Or 3 seconds, pardon me. Or 3.2 to be exact. Trying to go for the steal. Dominique back to Johnson. Bounce pass to Akuga. And a foul by Dixon Green. Not agreed on by Dixon Green, but Akuga will shoot two.
Why wouldn't he agree with that?
Why wouldn't he?
Why would he?
Well, let's see. Could have walked away and said, oh, I did it wrong. Could have done that. Akuga makes the first.
Well, this young man gave them 2 3-pointers that were very critical in why we're here at this stage in overtime.
All smiles from Akuga. And going for the second. And he rattles it in. So, shot clock turned off. 2-point lead. Would they be going for the win with Berhanen? He has fired them from near and far. Berhanen pulls up 3. A high off the glass. He gets his own rebound. And a Carter for 3 is short. And can't turn it in. And that's it.
Oh my goodness.
The Waves, an upset. Losing by 2 points, and the Storm winning 115 to 113 in this semifinal. The Storm are going to the final.
Let the storm blow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
A lot of smiles happening here. Your assessment of the game before we end this first game and go to the second.
I'm just in awe that the team held on the way they did, and I was asking for it, and they did it, and it really worked. The players came up big the way they should. Those two free throws, I beg your pardon,
from Okuga.
Those 2 free throws from Okuga sealed the deal. It just shows the intensity and focus that they have going down the line at this point. They played this team twice before, lost twice before, and just weren't having it again this time.
Not at all, not at all, at all. Overtime win. This for the Storm over the Waves. As you said before, we're going to take a break here from the National Stadium. Any last words before we take a break?
I'm looking forward to this second game because this is going to be just as exciting as this one, I'm sure.
Courtney Campbell, Sean Grant, kudos to the Storm getting the win over the Waves. Waves coming in on the second seed. Storm as a third seed. It's the Elite One Caribbean Basketball League winter season. We'll be back for the second game of the doubleheader, which features the #1 seed Horizon up against the Rivers. That will be intense and interesting.
Yes, indeed.